Hi and welcome to this Blueberry Markets video update with me, John Kibler, head currency analyst. In this video we're going to go through CAD yen as the price is rejecting a previous monthly area of resistance. Now, as you can see here, I've got the monthly chart up. You can see that price is in fact rejecting this 109.50 handle. If I just grab a pen tool, you can see this area over here was support for price. We broke through it. Now we're retesting the 109.50 handle and price is starting to push back to the downside. So is that going to continue? And if it does, where could price go to? Well, let's have a little look at it. Let's jump to the weekly chart first and let's just have a little chat about the fundamentals in the market, because recently the Bank of Canada basically came up short with their interest rate decision, and they didn't hike rates by what was expected by the market. So that put a little bit of doubt in investors' mind, and it was a little bit of a shock because the Canadian inflation rate is still moving higher as well. So they expected the Bank of Canada to continue to hike rates fairly aggressively. Now, they haven't done that. We can see here that price has topped here, which could suggest that we could see a move to the downside, even if it's just back into this sort of 104 area where we can see we have this trend line support as well as the horizontal support of the 104 handle. Now, we still do have to be a little bit careful with yen pairs, because the Bank of Japan, although they still talk about the potential interventions, they're not talking about increase in rates at this moment. So at the moment, do have to still be very careful with any kind of yen pair. But signs of CAD yen downside is looking okay at the moment. So if we actually go down a little bit lower, we can see that obviously this weekly chart looking at a double top pattern, potential for 104. Daily also forming a bit of a double top pattern, so again showing a little bit of downside pressure potential. Now if I go down to the hourly, I've drawn in a couple of channels because price is trading quite nicely between these two sort of channels. So you can see actually recently price was in this bullish channel. We were making those higher highs and higher lows until price kind of really hugged the bottom end of the trend line and we broke to the downside. Price is then working within another channel, and you can see we've retested it recently and price is just bouncing away from that area. So there could be an interesting move if price was to come back down to the low of the channel. We could see another move within it and maybe a retest for some downside pressure there. You can also see I've put in a level of 107.50, which is, if we come to the 4-hour time frame, is this level that runs all the way through here pretty much. Okay, so price bouncing in and around that 107.50 where price is heading towards at the moment. If, however, we trade below 107.50, I think this is where we're going to open up to the downside. We could come and retest this trend line support from the weekly chart, and then if we trade through that, the 104 is going to be the area of interest for us down through here. So be aware of that. Got that 107.50 being an area of interest for us. If we have a little look back at the hourly, we could see some possible opportunities coming in for day traders. So what I mean by that is you could look for some very short-term trades and opportunities. We have these previous structure lows here, which could coincide with that trend line resistance. So if we had this kind of move back in here and we saw a lower high being formed, that would give you the opportunity to trade down to the 107.50 handle. If we traded for the 107.50 handle, again what I'd be looking for is price to remain within this bearish channel and to see if price can continue to make lower highs in and around the channel trend line resistance for a continuation to the downside. Okay, so keep that in mind when you're looking at CAD yen. Price could be heading down to these 104s. Let's see what happens, but it's all really come from this monthly time frame down to our weekly, down to our daily, down to our 4-hour, down to our hourly. So a nice multiple time frame analysis there. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the YouTube channel to see some more of our Forex trading content, and I'll speak to you in the next video.